Hello, hello, my friends. All right, first day Intuition Scavenger Hunt with Jody Harvala. That's me. So I'm just going to hang for a second, let some people jump on. We are live on StreamYard. So if you have not ever registered for StreamYard, you might want to, so I can see your name in the comments. Just streamyard.com. All right, we're just going to hang for a second, see who's around today. Day one of the Intuition Scavenger Hunt. We have done this before, and I felt like this was the time to do it again this year. A lot of people are moving into wanting connection and wanting to reestablish a connection with their intuition, or with their spirit or their higher self, however you want to talk about it. And this is a really fun way to do it. So if you are jumping on, I see some people now. Go ahead and say hi in the comments. Let me know you're around. I know a lot of people are I've been getting messages all morning. It's finally nice in North Dakota. So everyone is going outside today because we've been locked in our houses for a couple weeks. So I know a lot of you are watching the replay. Definitely say hello. All right. And if you've done the Intuition Scavenger Hunt before, go ahead and leave a comment or tell us about it in the comments. Let people know if it was fun for you. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about how to kind of walk through the week. Like, what's the best way to take advantage of all the different activities that we're going to do this week. And so I'm going to go over a little bit of that, but I'm just waiting a couple minutes here before I jump in. All right. Hello, hello. There we go. Now I'm seeing some people jump up. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Carla. Good to see you, ladies. Hello, hello. So yeah, in North Dakota, it is finally we were below zero for almost 2 weeks. And yesterday and today, it's like in the 30s. So it is beautiful. I went skiing yesterday at a new hill, Thrill Hill in Fort Ransom. It's a tiny little hill, but it was so cute and so fun. And today I'm going to go out walking this afternoon. So I do encourage you, if you are out of the deep freeze areas, get your butts outside today. Yep, Pam, she's finally out above zero. No, those ice storms are insane. I would take 2 feet of snow over ice any day. Those ice storms are destructive. All right, there we go. Now we got some people jumping on. Yay. Okay, friends, so I'm going to try to keep these videos somewhat short and sweet. I could talk forever, as you all know, so I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. And how the week is going to work. So this is our Intuition Scavenger Hunt. And I came up with this idea several years ago. And a lot of times when I'm guided to do it, it is because people are trying to reconnect with their spirit. Maybe they haven't been doing their spirit practice. Maybe they're missing their guides and angels. They're just out of practice doing the good habits. And they need a little support reminding themselves that it's actually magical when you actually do the stuff. And I talk about that all the time, and getting back to the basics and getting back to the general things that a lot of us teach around intuition. I do think it helps. And this time of year, we're in a new year. We're just starting. A lot of people are picking their word for the year. They're doing their affirmations and intentions and goals and vision boards and all of that kind of stuff. And you want to make sure that you're connecting as well. A lot of people do not take the time to do that. So one of the things that I want to talk about today is make sure you get yourself connected every day. And there's a million ways that you can do that for sure. But one of the things that I remind people to do is make sure you connect to the light and the earth. And I'm going to take you through a little connection in just a second, just to remind people how to do it. The other thing, when you're walking through the Intuition Scavenger Hunt, make sure you do some shares with us. We love when we see you guys show up in my wall or on my pages or in my Instagram or on Mighty Networks. Like, we want people to share this all over the place. It makes it more fun for me, and it makes it more fun for you. And the people that are a little bit shy or maybe just starting, they need to see that normal people can connect with spirit. Because when you first start, it's like, I don't know if this stuff works. Like, I don't know. And it's really fun to hear stories from people that have had fun experiences, or maybe have done the scavenger hunt before, or had some cool spiritual things that happened, we want to make sure that we're sharing that out in the world, because some of those people that stay in the back, maybe they don't share, they're a little bit more shy. Everyone's reading it, and it's a great way to share that message and to open up the energy even more. And so we really encourage you to share this week, okay? People that are sharing, and I can catch it, so definitely tag me in it. We're going to put you guys all in big drawings for some prizes at the end of the week. I'm just going to do them all at the end, because I tend to not do them when I'm saying I'm going to do them. So I'm like, we're just going to do a big thing at the end. And so make sure you're sharing, and make sure you're tagging me in it, so people can see what kind of fun things are happening for you this week. Okay. The other big thing is you need to remember to ask your guides and angels. Once you're connected, then you want to ask for whatever that we're working on that day. But here's the other side of that. You can ask, and maybe on day 3 clue, you don't see it until day 6. That's okay. Just be very open. Don't get really controlled about it, and don't get really specific about when it needs to come or how it needs to come. Like, that's the trick, is you want to be like, okay, you know what? I'd love to see this. And then just stay open for the whole week, because maybe when you're asking for signs from loved ones, you might not get it on the day that we're talking about it, but maybe you'll get it on Friday. And so be really open with all the clues, because I think that is something where I see people get really stuck in their heads about it. They want it to come this way on this time on this day, and then they kind of miss the fun of it. And you got to remember that spirit has to go through a whole lot of stuff to get those signs in front of us. And a lot of times we still don't believe them. My favorite story to share about that is a good friend of mine. Her name is Angie. And I did warn her I was going to tell the story again. And I tell her I tell it all the time. But she was actually asking for signs one year, because I was having my retreat, and I have a fall retreat every year, always sells out. And she was being guided to go, but she didn't want to go, but she knew she probably needed to go, but she was fighting it. And so there was some resistance there. And I said, you know what, just ask for a sign. I already knew she was going, but I like people to find that out on their own, right? And so she asked for a purple elephant. I always say it's a blue elephant, but she's like, no, it's a purple elephant. And I was like, okay. So she started looking, and all of a sudden hundreds of elephants kept showing up. Like, everywhere she went, she would text me a picture of these elephants, and I'd be like, dude, that's your sign. And she's like, no, it's not purple. I asked for a purple elephant. And I'm like, okay, but you've seen like 40 elephants. Like, it's okay. One of the pictures she sent me, what I wish I would have saved it, because it was a woman standing in a purple t-shirt in front of a shelf of elephants. And I'm like, that's your sign. And she's like, nope, I asked for a purple elephant. Like, she was being so stubborn about it. And then I went to Walmart on the way to the retreat, and there was a whole shelf of elephants. And I was like, oh my God, spirit, please put a purple elephant. And I took a picture of all of the elephants, and she's like, yeah, it's still not a purple elephant. And I'm like, man, you know what? Like, think of all the things that spirit had to do to get all these hundreds of elephants in front of you, and yet you're still going to argue with it. So try not to argue with it. I know that there are skeptics. I know that this stuff is hard to believe. I know, I've been through it. But try to be very open and a little bit flexible when you ask for things. Okay. Because sometimes it might not be the exact thing, but it might be really close. I had another event. Oh, this one was really fun too. Is I had a client, she was trying to decide if she wanted to do mentoring with me or not. And I said, well, just ask for a sign and sit with it for a few days and see what shows up. And she's like, okay. And she said, you know what, I'm going to ask for a banana. And she said, and not like I'm going to go to the grocery store, see a banana, but like in a weird place or a strange place. Like, I just want to see a random banana somewhere. And I was like, okay, we'll just stay open to that, and I'll hold the vision for you. And right after, I was going to a client's house to clear it. And I walked in, and I was like, I don't know, I got to start in your kids' room. Like, we got to go to your son's room for some reason. Walked down and walked in her son's room. And I was just like, I'm going to need you to hold on for a second. I have to go get my phone and take a picture of something. And she's like, what? I'm like, hold on, just hold on. Grab my phone, took a picture. And this lady, no shit, had a 6-foot banana in her kids' room, randomly sitting there. And I sent it to that lady, and she's like, okay, apparently I'm doing mentoring with you. Like, it was such a fun way for it to show up. So stay open, you guys. And when you do ask for your signs, make sure you're asking for them to be big and obnoxious so you don't miss them. That is one of my key phrases I tell everyone when they're starting to try to understand how spirit communicates with them, how they get their signs, all those different things. And asking for it to be big and obnoxious was a key for me, because spirit can be very subtle. Like, they're sending messages all day long, but it's often really, really subtle. And sometimes I do think that subtlety, like, we kind of miss it a little bit. And so I always ask for my stuff to be big and obnoxious. I also ask for it to be surprised and delighted when I'm working with spirit, because I think their plans often, like, they can take what I want, but they can make it so much better. And so I also put the intention out there to make it like, to surprise and delight me as much as they can. And that has come through many, many times where I'm like, oh, that's even better than what I asked for. And so you want to kind of walk into the week not so stringent in your head. Be very open to how things come to you. Okay, does that make sense to everyone? Give me a little yes in the comments. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Linda, good to see you, sister. Hi, Paula and Donna. All right, so does all that make sense so far for you guys? You want it big and obnoxious. You want it to surprise and delight you. You want it to be fun. You don't want to get so in your head around it, okay? Pamela, she goes, I definitely need signs that literally blow my mind. I really do love those ones, but I like the little soft, sweet ones too. So be open to both. Be open to both. Size matters, right? It does. Yep. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. And I do think that is one of the reasons that I've been guided to do this time of year, is that it is meant to be fun. Working with spirit and life is meant to be a whole hell of a lot more fun than we allow it to be. And the last couple years has been so dense and so heavy, and so much fear and so much trauma that has come up for people. I think I'm being drawn to really remind people that it's okay to smile again. It's okay to laugh again. It's okay to have some fun in life. It's okay to, like, allow yourself to breathe a little bit. Yes, there's shit going on in the world. Ignore it for a while and come back to your own world. Like, come back to yourself. That's what the numerology for this year is about, is coming back into yourself, turning your head away from the drama, back into yourself, disconnect a little bit more from the collective energy and get back more in with your spirit. And so that's another intention that I have, is people reconnect with their own spirits. And I think with the way we have it lined up, that kind of naturally happens as you're reminded that you're not alone. You have a spirit team. And if you're really new to that, you can absolutely question it for sure, but maybe try to be open to it too. Like, I don't care if people are skeptical. That's never bothered me. I was skeptical. And then things just kept happening that I couldn't explain it. And I was like, all right, I think there's something about this. And when I'm really in that flow, and every day I talk to my guides and angels all day, because for me, it just makes my life better. Okay. So it's also a reminder to connect with your team. Okay. How many of you do some kind of connection with spirit in the morning or the midday or throughout the day? Maybe not necessarily at night. I want you to do it earlier in the day. I know we're already at noon today, but how many of you actually have some kind of little ceremony that you do, or some kind of practice to connect to the light, to connect to your team, to connect in meditation? Give me a little comments on that. Okay. And kind of keep an eye on the people that are joining, because a lot of times friendships come out of this kind of work too, which I think is fun. There's a lot of people looking for friends right now. And so it's really fun to create the community as well. You'll hear me talk about that all week. I needed a community, so I created one. And I really only attract fun people. So if you're watching me or catch this, you know you're a fun person. Maybe you forgot, so I'll remind you. But I have a really fun group of people that come into my classes and work with me. Okay, morning calling in Archangel Michael. Want to, yeah. I do learn, or I do a couple times a day, sometimes morning, not consistently. And this is a great practice to do it consistently. That's usually kind of the trigger for people, is they're not consistent with it. And that was something that was tough for me. And one of the things, so don't steal this idea, but one of the things that I'm going to do is get some toothbrushes that say call in your team, or spirit power or something, because when you're brushing your teeth, because you do that almost every day, most people that I know, and when you're brushing your teeth, you can call in and connect. Okay. You want to stack it on a habit you already have. First thing in the morning, connecting with heaven and earth, and then doing a meditation. I do my morning chakra attunement with lotus movements. Ooh, lotus movement sounds cool. I do evening. I need to start doing it in the morning. I do really support connecting in the morning. When I walk, I try to ground myself. Yep. I do actually, I recommend trying to, and it's not that you can't connect at all times of the day, but I do recommend and encourage people to try to do it in the morning, because then you're grounding yourself, you're full of light, you're calling in your team, you're getting yourself prepared. And so the rest of the day, your energy is in a much different space. It's in a space to respond to the world instead of react to the world. Okay. It's not always about, to me, it's about maintaining my energy. It's not necessarily about protecting myself from something. And I loved when I learned that, because I never felt like I was being attacked, or there was energy vampires and all that kind of stuff. And there is, and I know, and we talk about that too. But this is more about taking your power in at the beginning of the day so you can be in your power all day. And what a lot of people do is they don't do it till later in the day. Well, then you've already had all the shit come up in the day. And so it's not going to feel as strong. And so if you do it in the morning and stack it on some habit that you already do, you're going to have a better day in that piece. And you're going to maintain your energy better. So those people that maybe do have some unhealthy energy, or you're not very good with boundaries with them and things like that, it's not going to affect you as much. Okay. All right. Yep. Hold on, Lily. I'll get there. Pamela said, I'm trying to restart a ritual. I'm not a morning person. I'm more of a bedtime person. What the hell happened to me person? That's why you want to do it in the morning, because then you don't think about it at the end of the day, like, what the hell? And then you feel like kind of like you've been slimed, right? And so one of the things I'm going to push all day, all week, is make sure you're connected first. Okay, that's day one. Learn to connect to the energy. So I'm going to take you all through a quick, this is going to be really quick, because I want to show you that you have time for this. If you don't have time to do this, then you need to shift some priorities in your world. Okay, so go ahead and put your pens down, turn the TV off, like get quiet for a second, and just take a breath. So that's step one, breathe. Need to breathe. Okay, so when I'm connecting in the morning, I usually try to do it before I even get out of bed. Like my little fun little rule that I keep is like, I can't go pee in the morning because I have to go every morning until I connect. And that just forces me and reminds me to do it. I used to have alarms on my phone every day because I needed them. And it would just say connect. And I'd be like, okay. So you're going to just close your eyes, hand on your heart if you want to. You can put both hands on your heart if you want to. Just breathe. Just take in some breaths. Sometimes I think people, if they could learn how to breathe and actually bring in life in their breath, that would be really helpful too. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is, after you just take a couple breaths, you're going to take your attention above your house or apartment, wherever you are right now. Take it above the trees, above the clouds, way up into the heavens. Sometimes I see the sun there, and either plug into the sunshine or plug into the heavenly light. A lot of people will use the visual as just like an extension cord, and just plug yourself into the light, and that extension cord is connected to the top of your head, and then that white light can just come all the way down through your body. Don't forget to breathe. And just let it wash over you and go within your body, all the way down through your torso, down your legs, down your feet, and into the earth, all the way down through the dirt and the rocks, all the way down to the center of the earth. And then you're also going to have an extension cord and plug into the heart of Mother Earth. It's a very nurturing energy. You may or may not feel that with practice. You will. Okay, so you plug into the earth, and then you're going to bring that earthy, grounded, nurturing energy up through the bottom of your feet. Pull it up through your legs. Pull it up through your hips, all the way up into your heart space. Okay, so stay there for a second. Okay, so now in your heart space, you're connected to heaven and earth. Now I want you to take that energy, let them kind of plug into each other, heaven and earth, and now expand that as big as the room that you're sitting in. And then expand it as big as the state that you live in. Okay, and then expand it as big as the United States. Expand it as big as the world. And then expand it one more time as big as the universe. So now you're connected heaven and earth, and your energy is expanded. Now you can call in your spirit team. And you can do that very easily. You can just say, you know what, spirit team, I don't really know who you are, but I'm going to invoke you, and I'm going to bring you in to surround me in my day today. A lot of times I will start with Archangel Michael, and he typically shows up in the color blue. And so you can bring that blue energy all around you, like a big bubble of blue, and breathe that blue bubble in. That's a key for a lot of people. You got to breathe it in. You got to receive it. That's why breathing is so important. And then I will call in all my other guides and angels, seen or unseen. And then if you want to, you can set an intention for the day. So maybe our intention for today is for you to get some kind of validation out in the world that you're connected to your spirit, and just leave it very open. Knowing you're connected heaven and earth, you're expanded, your team has been called in, Archangel Michael is helping to support your vibration. So it is. And just take a nice deep breath. Okay, that took less than 5 minutes. Go ahead and join me. How do you feel now that you're connected? Can you feel the difference? The energy, kind of the edges to me always smooth out. I like to feel like I got my little spiritual gang around me. I love that feeling. Over the years, I've gotten to know who my guides and angels are. We will work on that later this week, I promise. And we have some downloads for you, but those will come later this week as well. But a lot of times people feel more calm, and they feel more grounded, and they feel a little bit stronger, or like they're a little bit more powerful. So connection is a big deal. Okay, connecting heaven and earth and to your guides and angels, but also connecting in community and with each other and all of those kinds of things as well. So when I say connection, there's different layers to it. I love this one. Carlos said, I feel like I got my sassy pants on now. That's awesome. Feeling more relaxed and open. Yes, because when you're connected and you have called them in, your energy automatically is more open to receive. And a lot of people this week, that's what you guys are going to be working on, is being open enough to receive the signs and symbols and energy and all the fun stuff. Okay, so a lot of people are learning how to be open to receive and how to maintain their energy at the same time. So it's a layered class that you don't know that you're taking, because I'm making it fun. Okay. Dogs are sitting on me and they're being so loud now, and I feel relaxed. Yep. Yeah, we got them all connected too. So my cats love meditation. Roberta said, feel larger, but keep seeing green when trying to bring in blue. So just bring in the green. There's no rules, you guys, especially with colors. Sometimes I see Archangel Michael as blue, but you know what? Sometimes people see him as a rainbow or as green or pink or whatever. There's no hard, fast rules. Energy is energy, and however it shows up for you is how it shows up for you. So don't fight against the blue, just bring in the green. Okay. Donna said, I think for me, I have to stay present. Yep. And being connected, heaven and earth is a big piece for helping to stay present. Dolores said, I am attuned, a taut violin string plugged into earth and universe. Pluck me and I sing. You guys are fun. Love it. Okay. So today I want you to notice, and you might want to put some alarms on your phone and ask yourself throughout the day. This is how I started to learn if I was connected or not, is I would just put my hand on my heart and I'd be like, hey, am I connected to the light right now? And I would hear a yes or a no, or I would feel a yes or a no. And if it's a no, I would take a minute and I would just reconnect myself, because it's a teaching thing to learn if I'm connected. Because if I'm connected to heaven and earth, oftentimes that helps me be open and receptive to all the good stuff that's coming through. If I'm not connected, I feel a little off, like things don't work quite as well. I get more tired, things affect me a little bit more. If I'm connected, heaven and earth, much more strong. I sit up a little bit more. I'm more confident. My energy feels better. The stuff out there doesn't bother me as much. And so today it's a reminder, am I connected? And do you hear yes or no? Do you see any signs that say connected? Or do you start seeing different things today? Just observe and see what you see. Okay. The other piece is throughout the week, if you catch yourself seeing, or saying to yourself, I wonder if that's a sign. Yes, it is. Or I wonder if that's grandma, or I wonder if that's spirit coming through. If you question yourself, that is almost 99% a yes. Okay. Yep. Whatever colors show up, Lily, they just, you can just use whatever colors show up. Like, I'm not typically a rainbow girl. I never have been. But when I'm doing my healing work, or I'm doing my connection work or clearing work on people's houses and stuff, rainbows come in all the time. That is just how it shows up for me. And I've had readings where people are like, I don't know, what's with the rainbow with you? And I'm like, oh, the rainbow, I work with spirit in rainbow all the time, because in my mind, a long time ago, I had that decision, or that insight maybe, that rainbows symbolize all the angels for me. And so I work with rainbows a lot, because to me, that's the color that they represent for me. But I have other friends that rainbow doesn't work for them at all, and they like crystal white light. So it doesn't matter. There's no rules. Spirit is going to work with you the way spirit works with you. That's why I like the intuitive scavenger hunt, because you start to discover that piece. Okay. All right, my friends, that is day number 1. Are you connected? And just be open to be surprised and delighted today about what kind of things are coming through today now that you're connected. And just ask your team to start showing you some fun things to surprise and delight you today, to be open, to be big and obnoxious, for them just to say hi, for them just to let you know that they're around. I ask that a lot. I just tell my team, like, I don't care what you show me today, but just let me know that you're here, or that you're with me. A lot of people that have a need for safety or security, sometimes it's really helpful to work with your spirit team first, because maybe you don't trust people. And so it's nice to bring in that spiritual energy and start to get to know them. When I first started, you guys, I didn't see things. I didn't feel things. I didn't know things. I didn't know. I just assumed it was working. I don't know. I just kind of sat there going, hope this is working. But then all these cool things started to happen, and I'll share more stories as the week goes. But again, please share your stories, because people learn by stories. And people learn like, oh, you got it that way. Oh, this happened to me. Oh, that's so fun. I wish that would happen to me. And then you start to open up how it might work for you, because a lot of people have a certain way they think messages should come through, and open the doors, you guys, because they come through in lots of different ways. Okay. All right. Yes. Connect. And please, 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 if you have a fun story and you share it on social media, you can either share it on my wall specifically, or if you share it on your wall, which we hope, and you can share the link for people to sign up if they want to join us. But tag me in it so we know that you're participating. And again, all those people, then I kind of keep an eye on people, and everyone who signed up through the link, you're all in for the drawings for different prizes at the end of the week. Okay. All right, my friends. Yes, you're so welcome. It is a beautiful way to start the week, isn't it? And tonight, oh, I got to tell you this. So tonight at 7 p.m., if interested, I know I have some new people on here, but if you're interested, we are going to be doing our full moon group clearing at 7 p.m. So I wanted to start today on a full moon because I love full moons. And we're going to be at 7 p.m. It is now a membership, a $25 monthly membership. And so once you sign up, you're signed up for the live, but you also get the recordings and all the past recordings. So then you kind of have a little library of different clearings that you can use for yourself at any time that you feel guided. I really think you can use all of them whenever. And so full moon clearing, 7 p.m. tonight. I did put the link in the comments. It should show up after I get off live. But if you have questions on that, of course, just send us an email and me or my assistants can help you out. But I would love to see a bunch of people on with me tonight too, to kick it off. And we teach a lot of clearing techniques for the full moon clearing, so that you learn through all the different clearings that we do, different tools, so you know how to clear your own energy too. I think it's really important to teach all these different tools and techniques, and it's fun to do it in a group as well. Okay, so join me tonight at 7. I will be back tomorrow for day number 2 at 12 noon tomorrow. So I hope you all join me. Within a couple hours, we'll be sending out the email for those of you that are signed up for the replays and recordings. So watch for that in your email. And again, if we can support you in any other way, or if you want to work with me a little bit farther in mentoring or readings or clearings, make sure you reach out. Okay. All right, friends, I will talk to you soon, and I will see you tomorrow for day number 2. Today, get connected. Ask if you are connected and watch what your team starts to bring you. Okay. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Have a great day.